The CoinDesk Spotlight is brought to you by Nexo, the place to earn on Bitcoin, Ethereum, and more.
So one of the places where TRM Labs is working is India, where there's still uncertainty about crypto regulation. WazirX, India's largest exchange with more than 6.5 million users, is owned by Binance, which has come under regulatory scrutiny worldwide these past few weeks. Now WazirX has tapped TRM Labs to beef up its ability to detect and prevent illicit activity by users. Joining us to discuss is WazirX's founder and CEO, Nischal Shetty. Welcome, Nischal.
Hey, thanks a lot for having me here.
Thanks for being here. So officials in Japan, the UK, Canada, Cayman Islands, Singapore, they were all issuing warnings against Binance or have said they're going to investigate concerns. Is your deal with TRM Labs in India motivated by that?
Not really. So we've been working for regulations in India from the last several years now. And we see this as an extension of that. In India, there are no regulations around crypto today. So what we are doing, a bunch of exchanges, is to self-regulate ourselves. And I think transaction monitoring is an important aspect of that self-regulation that you bring in order to help the law enforcement when needed. Until now, we've had a lot of internal tools that we were using, but now with the TRM, we see this as another, I would say, a step forward. We've been working on regulations from a few years now, and working closely with the law enforcement in the nation is really important. Our objective has always been, how do we help the local authorities in India? First is understand crypto and blockchain, and the second is to achieve their investigative goals. And bringing in an application like TRM just aids in that whole process. We've been using a lot of internal tools, but I think using TRM is going to help us further help enforcement in India, as well as ensure that no bad activities happen on our platform. If we can take a proactive approach, we've been taking a reactive approach before, but with this, our objective is, can we also take a proactive approach to preventing any sort of negative use cases or bad activities happening on the platform. So that's been one of the biggest reasons why we moved towards TRM right now.
Hi, Nischal, good seeing you again. Your backend is mostly Binance now, correct? I mean, you've switched over to their backend?
No. So we operate independently. We have a separate product,
right.
And everything is it's developed as a WazirX as a separate platform.
So there is no any order routing going to Binance at all?
No, not anything directly. So our order book is specific to India. It's the INR market, which is only available on WazirX. It's not even available on Binance. So it's a completely different order book.
So they don't. There's no liquidity issue. There wouldn't be any liquidity issue if you needed perhaps to separate yourself completely from Binance down the road.
No, not really, because in fact, WazirX has the highest liquidity for INR in India, and it's completely owned and run by WazirX as a platform.
And that was developed in-house, or was there any Binance development involved?
No, so we built it, and then we got acquired in 2019 by Binance, but it was all built in-house by us.
What is the overall sort of KYC situation in India? Because it seems that, Indian regulators, there's been a bit of a roller coaster with cryptocurrency, and it seems like they're worried about various things. Is one of their main concerns, the use of bad actors in crypto, and like generally looking across the landscape of Indian exchanges, like how well are they generally complying with KYC rules?
I think, look, there's no regulation right now for any exchange to implement KYC. But a bunch of exchanges, including WazirX, we've taken the route of self-regulation, which means ensuring that you implement KYC, AML policies, and everything around it. And we take the standard, your identity proof and your address proof. And we also ask our users to submit a selfie holding that identity card. So this is like the standard KYC that we do. The biggest concern in India of the regulators is one, definitely anonymous transaction, which gets eliminated the moment you do KYC. The second is, I think, more to do with, how do you trace all of these negative activities if in case they encounter any of these situations. which is where I think using products like TRM Labs tools to trace the transactions that are happening even out of the exchanges. Because the thing is, you can give transaction details within your exchange, but what happens to the crypto once it leaves the exchange? I think that is the aspect which is something more of a concern right now amongst the regulators.
CoinDesk recently reported that Coinbase is trying to woo recruits in India by offering them $1,000 worth of cryptocurrency. It seems like India obviously is a very hot market, and we're going to see more overseas exchanges coming in. Do you see Coinbase as becoming a real competitor in India?
I think right now they're focusing on the software development part, which is a good thing for the country because it helps develop the talent that you need in the crypto sector. But would they enter India right now, or would that take time? I'm not really sure, because the regulatory landscape in India is still very nascent right now. And there are quite a few challenges that you have to first go through in the country before you can really set up an exchange today. So I don't know what direction they're going, but I think the fact that they've set up a development center, that's overall great for the crypto ecosystem, because you're now going to see a lot more talent being developed in the country. And since Coinbase already has some prior experience, years of experience working in the sector, that experience is going to come to the local skills out here of the people. So I think net, it's a very good, I would say it's a very positive step for skill development in the country.